Welcome.
Wow, this feels weird.
Yeah, we're back. New studio. New studio space. I wouldn't call it a studio. I'd call it a couple of walls in a warehouse.
Yeah, half a box.
It's half a box.
Do you reckon we're gonna get annoyed with this stuff?
I reckon if you keep doing that, the sound guy will.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, welcome guys.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, we've been relocating this because upstairs at the print shop got a little bit too cramped and chaotic up there with everything going on. So we had to relocate. We wanted to do something a bit more structured. So we built walls.
So we built a news desk. I feel like tonight on Channel 9 News.
You can fill us in all about Trump.
What's going on? Yeah, it's weird. It kind of feels very frontal, but that's all right. I don't care.
It'll be better when we've got guests. And
Probably better to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't be
not staring at nothing.
Talking to the side of our heads.
Yeah. And we'll eventually add cameras and make it look cooler.
Yeah.
For
baby
now,
steps.
just have a look at the studio and look at all these cool things on the wall. There's some cool shit. You can buy any of it. If you want to buy it, just let me know.
That's really cool.
How good is it?
That's so good.
That's from, I think, like the late 90s.
Hookups.
It's a hookups poster. It's Jeremy Klein getting kicked in the head by a girl. I can't remember her name. I think it was like something Tran. Nina Tran or something. She was a famous, anyway.
Ming Tran.
Oh,
you were so close.
Yes. She's upside down, kicking him in the head. Yeah, it's an old hookups poster. Hasn't very little skateboarding to do with it, but it's cool. And then there's Chopper, the world's biggest Chopper poster. That's actually Chopper, not the movie Chopper. It's a Black Flies poster from, again, the late 90s.
How did they get actually Chopper? Or did they just steal it?
Steve Bates, who used to run Black Flies in Australia, knew him, I think.
Yeah, right.
And was like, can we do some marketing for Black Flies sunglasses, which was like the coolest sunglass brand in the 90s. They were the fucking shit back in the day. And he wanted to do like this thing where Black Flies, it says on the bottom, some people wear them to work. And it was from memory, and this is a conversation from 25 years ago, Steve wanted Chopper to be just holding a gun, and his Chopper was never allowed, once he was released from jail, he was never allowed to touch a gun, or else he'd go straight back to jail. There was an alternate photo as well, an alternate poster where he was standing over a hole with a shovel, like as if he'd just dug someone's grave. So yeah, they were pretty cool. It was like pretty cutting edge marketing, pretty gnarly marketing.
I like that. Some people wear them to work.
Yeah, some people. But it was they were the coolest brand. They were the coolest sunglass brand in the world at the time. They were full on. I've got a Black Flies tattoo on my leg from a Black Flies party. They used to have massive parties and you used to just go and get hammered. And yeah, they got offered free tattoos if you wanted a Black Fly tattoo. Fucked up.
What happened to brands and parties and days like that?
The world got woke, mate.
Like what happened to marketing like that and like that?
What happened to like free tattoos at a party?
Oh, that's still a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, people, but it's like bougie as fuck now.
Oh no, this was not bougie.
It's
I fucking woke up in the morning with my jeans stuck to my leg. I didn't even put any wrapping on it or anything. No.
One of my girlfriends, like a month or two ago, was like bragging that she was going to a party that had a tattoo artist, and she was like, "I'm gonna get this," and it was all fine, like outlined, little lines, and she was like, "I'm gonna get this and this and this," and I was like, "Cool," and I'm like, "But you can't get anything like substantial. You just can get fine lines."
Yeah.
And like they're all tiny.
Yeah, mine's not with fine lines. Some fat-looking black fly logo. It's nasty.
Is that all that you could get on the night? Is just their logo?
Yeah.
Free,
You won't
free
get-
tattooing,
yeah,
but
had
it's
to be
free marketing
Free
for us.
marketing. It's like you can have a tattoo, but you're going to walk around with our logo on you for the rest of your
Can we do that? Throw a borders
Borders
party and
party.
you have to get
Only
bought.
get borders tattoos.
That's it. That's all you're allowed to
That'd
get.
be funny. Then close.
Live, you're
Stop.
first in line.
Yeah, across your forehead. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So, yeah, this is our first podcast since Japan.
Yeah.
The last one we did, we were sitting in a little Japanese room in Fukushima,
Yeah.
and I was fucking over it. So I apologize if that came across in the podcast.
It's pretty fair though. You had looking back on it, you had a pretty rough run. You went from it was
I got
4 or 5 days of influenza and then one day good and then down with
Poisoning.
food poisoning for 24 hours. You were violently ill.
yeah, but I didn't eat for days.
And then afterwards, you didn't eat until you left home, until you got home.
Really, I was fucked. I was a mess. So apologies if that came across. We kind of lost our way a bit in Japan because of it. So anyway, Japan's done. So what's been going on with you?
What's been on with me?
I know what's going on.
We haven't done my board review or anything like that, but we could
No,
probably do
We
that.
can do a brief summary of it though.
We could probably do it coming in. This is how much planning goes into these episodes, guys. Sorry. We've had a minor little break and now we don't even know how to do these things anymore.
Forgotten what we do. What do we talk about?
Yeah.
What's
What
the
do we own? What do we
Yeah.
run?
fucking borders? Yeah. Well, you can do your review closer to winter when it matters.
Yeah,
But
that's
whatever.
probably smarter.
There's some cool shit going on though. We've got a welcome to winter party again,
Yeah,
which is more substantial this year.
yeah.
We'll have someone on next week.
It's a rail jam, which will be sick, like a proper setup as well. So it's getting done well.
Yeah, we've got together with Modest, Seventh Day, and I think Joyride's now involved, and Borders. And we're going to, yeah, I know, I'm not sitting still and everything moves. Modest, Joyride, Seventh Day Adventist, and Borders are going to put on a snow rail jam around at the Seventh Day Brewery. But we'll get Joel from Seventh Day in. He's a good talker. He'll let everyone know what's going on exactly on night and day. So
Yeah.
it should be cool. First one on the Northern Beaches for years.
Yeah, like proper rail jam, which is
Hope
sick.
it's good. I mean, to be honest, we're not involved in the setup. That's going to be Pete's
Yeah,
world.
but that's his
So if it's
area of
fucked,
expertise.
if it's shit, blame Pete, not us.
No, but it's designed
That'd be
up.
sick.
It's designed up a backyard setup, so it's
Yeah.
going to be a rail jam, like a
Yes.
proper old school rail jam, which will be sick.
Yeah, it should be good.
Um,
Fun.
but yeah, it's kind of all things. We're kind of in this
Transition
It should-
mode.
yeah, between summer and winter and seasons, and so we've kind of just been consumed by the print shop,
Yeah.
which is kind of
Yeah, that's all I've been doing since I got back. I've been printing. I haven't done anything else. There's no retail going on. It's dead. The whole world, you would all know this, that you're not spending money. Like, be nice if you did. And if you choose to spend some money, it'd be cool if you spent it with us because we need it. But it is hard at the moment. There's an election this Saturday. Do you want to do a prediction?
oh, I haven't done my deep dive yet, but you know what?
Fucking don't bother.
I have something to say that really, do you know what? You know, when the other day we were looking up political parties
Yeah.
and I started searching them to find about their policies and everything like that and read up on the parties, went onto the Trumpet of Patriots website,
Yeah.
read something,
Yeah. Did you
And
find
then-
out that they're a bunch of fucking
Yes.
psychos? Yeah.
then exited out of the website, and I have been getting
Oh.
text messages.
Bro.
I
I'm
didn't,
getting hammered by that party. They must be
I
spending tens of.
did not give them any of my
Yeah, but
information.
your number's not on that list, is it?
I don't know, but I didn't put my number in. I didn't put my email in. I literally clicked on their website.
Mm.
How the fuck are they? And I
Oh.
can't even opt out of it. I've replied stop. I've tried to click the link to cancel, unsubscribe.
Yeah, you can't.
How is the government or parties allowed to just
They
send
can't
you
control this shit.
random text messages
They can't control
about their party? Anyway,
What?
I'm fucking not voting for them. I can tell you that.
No, you shouldn't vote for the trumpet of patriot. They're fucking called the trumpet of patriots. They're full on. They are Donald Trump Australia.
Yeah.
So
Haven't
vote for them.
haven't done my deep dive on it yet, but
I
it's
have.
an interesting time of life
Yeah.
to be making political decisions.
One of my young friends from climbing gym, I saw he put on his Instagram, like I think he's the president of Sydney Uni students or something. And he did maybe a 2-minute spiel about why he's going to not vote Liberal on Instagram last night. And I was like, that was really well said. Like the reasoning behind why he wouldn't vote for them. And I think the youth will vote probably status quo Labor. It's going to be real close. I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of these fucking independents are actually the ones with the power this time. Like, I mean, you can almost bet that you'll get a few Teals and Greens running the country. My prediction is it'll be so close that they're going to have to do deals to get power. Like they'll have to do deals with independents to get into power. But yeah, I mean, fuck, if the Teals get in, you've got a Liberal government because they just vote Liberal. They're full of shit. It's all bullshit. I hate them both. So.
Isn't it funny how, like, I don't know if it's you, but like, I was raised to like not really talk about your politics.
Well, it used to be safer to not talk about it. You're just
like,
you
no,
judge people on it.
Yeah, and maybe it's because Australia, like, you have to vote. That people are like, oh, okay, well, I have to vote, so I'm going to vote. But like, I don't really want to discuss. Like, I even remember asking my mum, and she was like, oh, I'm not going to tell you. It's your decision to make, which was probably the right thing for it.
It's different in my house.
Yeah, she was like, do you do the research? You decide who you want to vote for. And then I was, she told me, but, she didn't want to at first. She was like, it's your decision.
I grew up in a split house.
Crazy.
I grew up my dad was a Liberal voter, and if he was here today, he'd be like, you own a small business, vote Liberal. That's how he would talk to me. He'd be like, you're a fucking idiot if you don't vote Liberal as a small business owner. And my mum came from like a bus driver father and just full on public service family. So they were Labor voters. And she would always be like, you've got to think about people's welfare, and the Liberal Party don't give a shit.
So how in today's world do you weigh up voting for like your financial benefit, but also keep your ethics and morals intact?
What's more important to you?
Ethics and morals, but...
I vote that way. I've voted with that my whole life. I've never given a fuck about voting for the money because... do you reckon in the last I saw that report this morning that small businesses have had a consecutive 18% drop in revenue over the last 3 years. Do you think that would be different if the Liberals were in power? I don't think so. I think it's a global thing, right? So
yeah, it's changing economy, changing world, changing lifestyle, and
people spending differently,
different generations.
Yeah,
like even still, like the generational difference between like my generation and the generation now. It's like
the kids.
Yeah, like I'm 30 and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys all talking about or doing or no? It's like I feel old and I'm 30. Like how is this possible?
Yeah. It's like, not, you don't feel old. You're just not hanging out with fucking 20-year-olds. I hang out with a bunch of 20-year-olds. So I listen to what they've got to say every time I go climbing, right? And I speak to them and they are very fucking young. Like at 20, you're very young. You haven't really experienced much. So don't take much of what they say or do to...
yeah, but I'm just saying like...
You're just starting to mature.
Yeah.
Start to think about more important shit.
Yeah, but you can also like, I look back at like my childhood or my teen years of like, from when I was like end of primary school right through to like, mid-20s, and like the technology and the way I interacted with friends in the world and family.
Yeah.
And like, it was so different. Like, you remember calling home phones and then going and hanging out with your friends, and you had no devices with you when you were hanging out with your friends. You
asked me if we had phones when we were kids.
Maybe. Me?
Yeah, you said to me, did you have phones when you were kids? You fucking dick. And I was like, you bitch.
Well, it was a valid question because, like,
You were asking about mobile.
phones, yeah, but I wrote,
like, what the fuck?
worded it terribly.
Headphones back when they were on those things. They've
Yeah.
been around for 100 years.
Yeah, but like that's something like maybe we had like in my high school, you had a digital camera.
Do you remember your home phone number?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
I'm not going to say it because sometimes I use it for like codes and passwords.
Yeah.
But I even remember Lou's, my best friend's phone number. And I remember, still remember multiple.
Do you remember when they added the extra number?
No, I always had 8. I never.
Ah, right. We were 7. 94. My original phone number was 949-4129, and then it became 999-4129. So that I remember them adding the extra number, and I was thinking, oh my God, how am I going to remember that? And all they did was put a fucking 9 on the front.
Yeah.
Of everyone's number. So
Yeah.
It wasn't actually that hard, but I mean, yeah, it was weird. I mean, I still remember. I'm not going to say their numbers on this, but I still remember friends' numbers.
Yeah, I remember friends' numbers as well because you didn't have it. It was written down in a book next to the phone.
Yeah,
you had a phone book.
It was so
and you'd have to like flip pages and then call them.
Man, I remember trying to call my mom to get a lift home at times when I was young.
Did you have
I had to
1-800?
walk fucking a kilometre to a phone box.
Did you have 1-800 reverse where you could reverse the charge back to them?
My dad would have just gone, fuck off.
Yeah.
There was no way. You're not reverse calling my house. It didn't happen. He would never. He'd just go, no. No, they would just go, reverse charging? No, just hang up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
they wouldn't have flown in my place.
yeah, this is like the crazy thing of like even like trying to like I've been in Borders since 18 and trying to like looking at from then where it like I have scrolled back in our Instagram to when like 2010, 2011 or 12 when you guys were doing Instagram.
Well, it would have been.
And it was literally just like it was
But it was just.
it was start of Instagram. So it was no curated beautiful photos. It was just like
become fucking
and like
giant ad, right?
yeah, but it's so funny now to like from that to like managing 7 different social media / marketing platforms and like
What they are, they're marketing.
yeah, and it's like you've also got to like whatever you post on Instagram may not be what you post on TikTok, and it's like it's got to be all variation, and you create content for that.
My personal Instagram still looks exactly like the Borders one did 15 years ago.
Nah, yeah, your phone's upgraded, so it's taking better
it's got
photos.
better
You haven't got
Still-
better at taking them.
I
The
don't.
device is just better.
I don't fucking. I hate the fact that I'm somewhat addicted to social media. I hate it. I hate the fact that I find myself scrolling, going, "Fuck, I've just wasted 10 minutes," and I've looked at nothing that makes any difference to anything that I do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's I've tried to like curate my feed to be at least like somewhat informational, but still you just get stuck in it and you're consuming rather than creating. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
But Neil said to me this morning, he was like, I kind of want to get a flip phone.
What?
A
So he
flip phone.
doesn't fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because especially when you're
Self-control, mate.
no, but especially when you're on your phone all day, constantly like
Yeah, it'd be hard doing what he does.
Yeah, 'cause
selling.
you're-
I'm talking on the phone all day. That'd be fucked. Because
you're texting, you're messaging, he's getting emails on the phone, like everything comes through on that device. And he's like, at the end of the day, he probably just wants to chuck it at a wall.
Yeah, I feel like that, and I don't touch my phone probably 70% of the day. I don't touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I predict a hung parliament.
Okay.
Just want that to go on the record. I don't know if this will come out after the election, but it is definitely the 28th or something, 29th.
It's 29th of April when we're recording.
Before the election, just so everyone knows I'm not cheating. And what else do you want to predict? Let's talk about what you think this winter's going to be like.
I was like, do I say this or not?
Yeah, go on. I
it's-
kind of fucking had a deep dive, so I kind of know.
Yeah, I've had a deep dive too. Like, it's not looking good. Let's put it that way.
Such a massive understatement. It's looking horrendous.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hope it doesn't.
I think it's all down to like the influx of localized weather patterns that will come through.
Which is always the potential for snow.
Yeah. So, but it just depends on how many of those small localized weather patterns come through. Because I was reading and it was like, and it's an El Nino,
Yeah, whatever. I'll need it.
one of them that's not necessarily bad for snow seasons. Like it's okay for snow seasons, but it's all depending on those localized weathers coming through and the temperature dropping.
Temperature's the problem.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, La Nina, El Nino now is less important than the freeze point.
Yeah.
Like you can't have snow if it's 1.5 degrees hotter than it used to be.
That's the thing. Like it means that there is going to be heaps of moisture around, but it's whether the temperature actually drops or not.
My fear for the winter, I'll go with the negative first. My fear for the winter is we get snow, but we're going to get rain straight away as well. So you're never going to get, then snow's not going to stick. You're not going to get that base build up.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have a bad taste in their mouth from the last 2 Australian seasons.
According to season pass sales, for sure.
Yeah.
Less people are buying. They've also probably got a bad taste in their mouth when they see the fucking price of a day pass this year.
Yeah.
Vale Group
actually said this to a customer the other day because we got into a deep conversation about it. And I said, I think there was the COVID years where everyone was locked up. We did have a decent, an okay season.
2020?
2022. 2022, everyone.
2022, everyone was free.
Yeah, so everyone went, regardless of whether the season was good or not.
Yeah.
But then the next 2 snow seasons were really warm and really shitty in Australia.
Yeah.
And prices have kept going up that year, then the next year, and now this year. And we've also just come off the back of a bumper Japan season. So you add all those 5 factors in, and no wonder people have a tainted view and taste in their mouth about the Australian snow.
The amount of people I've spoken to who went to Japan this year, and I've asked, are you going to go down the Australian season? It's a 99.9% no. They're just not. They're like, why would you? I'll just start saving for Japan again. So this might be the last winter, you know. I don't think we're going to see a lot of snow. I think people have got a really bad taste in their mouth. $265 a day is nothing short of a fucking joke when we've all just flown back from a country where the most expensive resorts in that country are $90. Yeah. And that's like 1 or 2. I paid one of the best days I had up on the North Island with my wife and daughter. We paid $30 each. It was a little mountain, 2 lifts, but fuck, it was good. We had the trees to ourselves. There was no one there. $30 each, and lunch was $12.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding? Why? No wonder everyone's sort of going.
Yeah, I think you could say average price for like very average price in Japan for a lift ticket is like, let's call it $50 to $60.
Yeah, somewhere in there. There's like still plenty of 30s, but there's a lot of 50s now, 60s, even the odd 70.
Yeah. And that's pretty standard now.
But like, fuck, that's 4 people skiing for the price of 1.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
My whole family is at $70 each at the more expensive North Island lifts. That's $280, right? That's fucking crazy. And you're paying $15 less for 1 person here. It's just nuts. Vale Group are a fucking criminal organisation and should be strung up. It's all over Instagram. It's all over the internet. If you want to see what they're doing to the world's skiing and snowboarding resorts, have a look. Look it up. I don't have to tell you. It's all out there. It's not. I don't think it's any news coming from me what they've done. So, yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Go corporate world. Fuck yous. Anyway.
Can we end on a positive note?
The positive side of this winter is Perisher, Vale Group. Nah, fuck Vale Group. They were good at it before Vale Group. Perisher are very good at making snow. So if you're a park rat, you'll have a park.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the way we're going to start thinking of Australia.
Well, that's the way I've always thought of Australia. I'm like,
it's just a giant park. But it's not good for a 53-year-old and his fucking broken knees. But
here's the thing. Like, I don't ever try to compare Australia to Japan. They are 2 different things.
Yeah.
And the customer that I was having this chat with about Perisher and Japan he's like, it's almost 2 different sports.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, you're kind of right. And I'm like, I've never thought about that, but I've always treated like Australia as I love spring riding. I love hanging out with like different mates, going for laps, catching up with people and just having fun, hitting side hits and just riding the mountain. and riding park essentially. And you have those days where it's sunny and you stop at the pub at the bottom and have beers with everyone and it's fun. And Japan, it's like I want to be up at 7 a.m. and out the door by 7:30 on the hill.
Yeah,
like,
you want to get the early. Yeah, you want.
And like when it's snowing, it's like it's on, and you're done by like midday, and you're exhausted.
Yeah, you normally have lunch. If you have lunch on the hill, you normally have lunch and then go out for 2 runs.
And then you like call it. Yeah. You're like
legs don't work.
It's not as good as unless it's kept snowing, then you push through. But like completely different experiences, different time, different riding.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's
that
two
can't
different.
Be compared.
You can't.
So just go to the snow. Come and buy some shit.
If you like snowboarding, go snowboarding is essentially the answer.
I've got a little, we've been doing a lot of the collectibles on the website, right? Sort of more exciting things that we've done this year. I've decided that nobody's buying anything, so let's just sell the walls and everything on them. And I had boxes and boxes of 90s through to early 2000s skateboard decks, other stuff I've collected, just all sorts of shit. So I just started listing it all on the website. It's all on there. A lot of it's actually already sold. Like we've sold quite a bit. It's every day, pretty much something sells. So if you want it, you better hurry up on the collectibles tab on Borders Online.
There is one of everything.
Yeah, they're not doubles. Some of the prices will make your head spin. You'll be like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. But they are one of one. You're not finding them. When I was listing them, I couldn't even find price guides or what I could find normally was the last one that was sold 10 years ago at some US price. And then I've kind of just gone with that. I haven't tried to make a shit ton of money on them. The prices seem exorbitant, but that's what they're worth. So I've fucking, over the last, how many years? I don't even know when these boards came out.
I
10
do.
years, maybe.
I think I know what you're about to bring up.
What?
And I think that...
No, because it's there.
Yeah, and this was my time. I was around for this. So a lot of the boards that I was pulling out, like I wasn't even around for this. Like this is like the last, 28 years of you just being like, that's cool, put it aside. This one I was actually in the business for.
Yeah.
And Scotty, it was around this time Scotty was here.
Yeah, okay. That's probably 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It's called a Nardis blind bag. For those of you just listening, it's a black bag.
Okay, I want to have a look.
This is the last one, by the way.
I know, there's a Nardis, one of one. Has that been found?
Yeah, it's been found.
Okay,
We're not fucking getting that one.
Imagine. There's 50. I'm going to do this.
That's what's potentially in this.
These are the graphic options. So that's been found. There's 50 of them, 50 of them. Gold foil.
I hope it's not that one, but I bet it is. Fucking ugly.
Oh, and these have all multiples, like heaps of? Or how many?
There's still not heaps.
Then don't say how many.
It says somewhere. They were limited.
So which one do you want it to be?
Oh, I'd be fucking stoked if it was the black gold foil.
That'd be cool. I want it to be that one. The green with the like silver reflecting.
My bet is it's that shit photo one or that
gold.
Shit. I know my luck. It'll be boring silver, boring gold, all the photos.
Nah, I'm channeling this guy.
Okay. So we've sold about 10 of these over the last 7 or 8 years. We bought them all at once. We paid wholesale for them, and then we've sold them over time. They just went up and up. So we've got plenty of money out of them. And I have no like Nardis.
Oh, I was about to go, I can see it, but it's not. There's second packaging in there.
Yeah. There's I have no real Nardis affinity. I was never a big Nardis guy, even though his name spelt backwards is Satan.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah,
what was his parents thinking?
I think they were European. Nardis Kupus. So it's probably like Polish. In Poland, Satan probably doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, okay.
Or whatever. I don't know if whatever. But yeah, we've never opened one before. We've sold them all in the bag blind. And being that this is the very last one, I thought, fuck it, we should at least open one.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
You want to cut it?
You do this packaging, I'll do the next.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know.
Are you excited because I'm
excited that I get to open one because I always thought it'd be cool to open one. And I just held off for years, like being a heroin addict without the heroin. Here you go. I'll slide this.
Oh.
Whoa. Yeah, so that's how you couldn't see, no matter whether you got into the packaging or not, it was still in this. So I
right.
can do it neatly. So that I don't know. Like, I figure we'll just chuck this thing in the shop. I don't think I'll keep it. I'm done with keeping shit. I'm trying to sell it.
Are you?
Yeah. I haven't kept anything. You can't buy Chopper yet, but he'll be available.
You don't keep.
For the right amount of money, I'd sell Chopper.
Don't sell Chopper.
For the right amount of money, I'd sell Chopper.
I'm being so careful with this.
This is Liv Lovelace too, if you can see. She's cool. You heard of her? She was in the Olympics. What a girl. That's Portnoy.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm just keeping people entertained. What? I'll take it it's not the boring one. Don't fucking scratch it. Just be calm.
Oh, I cut the paper. Oh, I saw it differently.
What did you see? Oh, that's the one.
Oh, I thought it was green.
See, now I might keep it.
I saw that,
Yeah.
and I saw it. I saw the
That's
fucking sticker in there, and I saw the reflective thing, and thought it was my one.
No, it's my one. That's the one I wanted. Black with metallic. Fuck, that is sick, dude. Santa Monica Airlines.
Can you please
Nice,
face the
dude.
camera?
That's really fucking cool.
I just wanted everyone to see your like little kitty grin.
Yeah. Of all the colours, that's the one I've kind of wanted. I'm stoked. I was so sure it was going to be a shit one. Jez talked about it too, going, oh, it'll be one of the shit ones for sure. Fuck, so if you want to buy that, $500. They're probably worth heaps. I bet you they're not as easy. I wonder what the numbers were. There were numbers for every one.
Gold foil and metallic. It doesn't
It was all limited. They were just really limited, but they're also limited.
Yeah, 50 boards is super limited.
You could go on one of the collector sites and figure it out. But yeah, I don't think there was like thousands. I think it was only 100 or something of each. But I'm stoked. I'm stoked that it's not one of the
You've
white
like
ones.
such a little like kid grin where you're like you got like a puppy for Christmas.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm happy. I thought for sure it'd be one of the shit ones. So it says Santa Cruz on it. It says Santa Monica Airlines on it. God only knows. It was released by NHS, so I guess it's a Santa Cruz at the end of the day. But it's a Santa Monica Airlines.
I'm happy you got one of the good graphics.
Yeah, me too. Now I don't want to sell it. Fuck, it is super cool looking. I don't know that you could just. I wonder what it's worth. We need a laptop here in the studio.
Yeah.
I could Google black metallic Nardis board.
Anyway, we'll find out.
Google it.
And it'll be on our website.
Whatever it is, yeah, get ready to pay that because that's what it's going to go for. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, welcome back.
Yeah, we'll start to do more regular ones.
Yeah, we're still alive. We're back. We haven't gone MIA, and we'll try and be
more proactive.
Yeah.
Click subscribe and like, and if you want to see us on social media, it's borders.skate.snow or some shit on Instagram.
Yeah. But just hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube, and if you're listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please hit the follow button.
Yeah.
So that it actually shows up and we know that you are listening.
Yeah, and if you need t-shirts, go to Borders Print Shops.
Because Al wants to print t-shirts for you.
And we can print anything. I made this for myself today.
Hey,
Yeah,
you've got your little creative juices flowing again.
Well, I didn't make it. I fucking stole it. But
Yeah, that's your creative juices.
it's a little ode to my favourite podcast. So, yeah, you won't even understand it if you don't know the podcast.
I'm not going to say
it's
it. I know it.
It's the production company that make my favourite podcast. So, peace.
Nice.
Good to see you all.
All right. Bye.
Easy.